or sorry, okay, or helps you expand your search while not exclude certain things from your search results. So still they are looking for, like, you can just type it in practical as well on the call. You are saying your next example, if you're using not, can be software engineer, not front-end developer. So what it will do for you is like to exclude any job that doesn't, that has the both of them in it, to make sure that what is the results that you're finding will just be one thing. You can still go ahead to say software engineer, not intern. So it will remove every internship, any post that has an internship, and give you just job posts that have, that just normal job posts, be it remote or hybrid, but anything that has internship is excluded. Now, there's I think there are two things also to put in mind. Why use the Boolean search? So why you have to use why the Boolean search is effective in searching for jobs on platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter is because these platforms are social media jobs. They are not your normal chats board, your normal job boards. You can also use this on Google search though. And the reason is that these are not your normal job boards. They are trying to filter a lot of things that are out there in the internet, or a lot of posts that have been made on these different platforms to get that particular job. So what it does for you firstly is that it brings out jobs that fit your skills and your interests as at what you're searching for, as at that time you typed in that keyword. Now it helps you uncover hidden opportunities, because even if you were to scroll on this platform for the next 5 to 10 hours, it's under a probability, maybe a probability of under, on a scale of 1 to 10, is under 2/10 that you come across any job posts. But if you use the Boolean search method when you are job hunting on these platforms, you can easily get a job. And then the Boolean method is not just for also getting jobs. It can help you pull out CEOs, and certain people in companies, as long as you apply the and, or, and not when you are searching. So it helps you, it shows you these people, it helps you, it also shows you this job, so you can easily apply, whether the person just randomly posted it on Facebook. That might just be your first job looking at you because you used the Boolean search when you were searching. And then it helps you beat competition, because let's be honest, most people won't come on Facebook expecting to get a job. Some people know that you can get a job on Twitter, but they don't know how to go about it. But this is you that understand how the Boolean search works, and then you can use it. Like I said earlier, you can use it for job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed. You can use it for social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, possibly Instagram. You never can tell. Just search. Then you can also use it for Google search bar as well. It really has no limitation as long as the platform you're using it to search for has a search bar and you're using the right term. Because like the word Boolean, you can use it to for data structures and to narrow things down. So that's what it helps you do in this case when you are searching for jobs. Also, I think I missed a particular, no, let me say this before it skips my mind. When you're searching and then you're using the Boolean method and you're writing software engineer or front-end engineer, one thing you should know is software engineer should always have quotation marks. The job titles you're searching for should always have quotation marks, so that it doesn't just come up as an individual word. Without the quotation marks on it, it just feels like you're randomly searching. The system is not able to like narrow it down. But once you have the quotation mark on it, easy for the system to narrow it down. And this session won't last for so long. It's just swift, straight to the point. I hope this is something that helps you in your job search. And I'll just go over it again. What video you want to say anything? I don't know if you're still on this call or if you dropped off the call.
Yeah, I actually dropped off for a while. I was seriously struggling with some connectivity issues from my end here. So for the most of it, I didn't hear what you had to say. But I see you're talking about the Boolean job search, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I would allow you go over it again. Then I would let you know if I have any inputs.
Okay. All right then. So going over it one more time, if you're using the Boolean search to search for jobs, remember you have three keywords to use when you're searching for job. You have and, or not. And helps you narrow down your results, or helps you expand your results, and not helps you exclude specific terms when you're searching for these job descriptions. You can check on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and you can just get that job of yours they are looking for. Because when you use it that way to search for jobs, and your posts are being filtered and you're seeing the posts that have been made about these areas you're searching for, you can see somebody's post that was made maybe 30 minutes before you made that post. And lucky enough, you might just be the first person to send a DM or reach out to that person that you're interested in this, and that is your job. They are looking at you. And please remember, like I said, always use the quotation mark around the subject areas you're looking for. So if I'm looking for marketing, the marketing should have quotation marks and or not intern. So what it does is it shows me all jobs that have marketing but not an internship. It will show me every job that is either remote, hybrid, or full-time, part-time, but it won't show me any job that contains an internship. So I hope would help someone, or you have gotten something from it. I see a lot of people leaving and joining back. If you have questions about the Boolean search, please go ahead and ask your question or drop your question in the chat. You can raise your hand to speak, or you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Bobby, can you go ahead now? I'm done.
Okay. So you've pretty much said all the necessary things, but just add maybe a few words to what you've already said. You've given the basic structure of what a Boolean job search is supposed to be like, where it is relevant for. The core idea of doing a Boolean search is, you're basically communicating to the search algorithm in a language that will be easier for it to help in sorting. For some of us here that are engineers, I mean, this is not the first time you are hearing the word Boolean. You know about Boolean algebra and all of that, and you know what the and not does. So it basically gives you a short, precise way of communicating with your the search algorithm in order to produce specific results that is related to whatever thing you're doing. And I think that that is helpful for someone who is looking to apply for jobs that are within his area of search easily. It becomes easier for you to see multiple openings on most of all these platforms by using such a search. Putting it gives you multiple businesses that are precisely tagged to whatever thing that you are interested in applying for. So learning how to use a Boolean search is going to, go a long way in helping you find out more openings, more jobs within your space. And it becomes easier for you by the time you do a Boolean search on multiple platforms. It gives you, specific jobs that you would be able to apply for easily, and then you go about your business. Unlike the traditional way where you need to keep scrolling, checking, or searching with words that would give you something close to a wild card. A wildcard meaning that it's just going to bring everything related to whatsoever thing that you put into the search. With the Boolean, it helps you as much as possible narrow down whatsoever thing you are looking for, and that's a big help. Amaka has been able to explain the basic syntax behind it. Sorry if I'm using too much of engineering specific terms. By syntax, I mean the basic structure of how to use the search. and the keywords that are necessary for it. So yeah, those are just it's basically a tool you should definitely have in your toolbox when you are doing these job hunts. It's going to help a lot. I think that's basically what I would say for now. Amaka has done a good amount of exposition on what it is, so I don't really have much to say aside this. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bobby. So, guys, I hope you have learned something new. If you have a question, please go ahead and unmute your mic and ask your question. If you understand the Boolean search and would try using it today to search for a job, you can drop an emoji. Let's know how many people are going to try it, and let's wait for your results at the end of the day. Let's see how well it plays out for you. And I hope you get that job you're looking for. If you're currently job hunting and you're on the call, also drop an emoji.
Yeah.
I can
So
see some.
Amaka,
Yeah.
maybe we could drop like an example of the syntax here on how it is used, and maybe give them some links to platforms where they can try it out, probably immediately after this call. Don't you think it would be helpful?
Okay, it would be helpful. So let me drop an example for and as well as or and not. Give me a minute. So while I'm getting that to drop, guys, let us know if you are job hunting, say hi or drop an emoji so that we know that you're here on the call. We currently have a job fair coming up April 21st. That's on a Sunday by 7 p.m. Now, for that particular job fair, we'll be having different recruiters on the call, and you have your chances there. You'd have a chance to ask your question, and they'll reply to you and possibly showcase your or talk about what you do in the question and answer sessions. And you might never tell, you don't know what tech talent they'll be looking for, and that might just be the opportunity to showcase yourself and join the list of talents they might be looking for, and possibly get yourself an interview. I think the link is already on Luma. You can go ahead and do that. Yeah, I just dropped an example, different examples for and or and not in the chat, so you can have a look at it. So Edwin, you're saying please can you go over the syntax for the Boolean search? I missed that part. So we have three major syntax. We have the and, we have the or, we have not. It's part of the examples I just dropped in the search. You can have a look at it. What we're saying here is okay, so I hope this explains everything you missed. If you have any questions regarding this, you can please let us know. You can use the Boolean search on Google search. You can use it on Facebook search. You can use it on TikTok. You can use it on LinkedIn. You can use it on Twitter. I've seen videos of people who have posted how this Boolean search helped them get a job. I remember seeing a particular video where this girl was like, she lost her, she resigned from her job 2 days ago, and she told herself she wasn't going to work, but something came up and she needed a gig to complete her money, to complete a particular sum of money she needed to pay, and she got it in 1 day. All she did was use the Boolean search, went on LinkedIn and started searching. She applied for she applied for I think 2 or 3 gigs on LinkedIn. Then she saw the couple of gigs on Facebook. Funny enough, or interesting enough, she was able to secure 4 different gigs with 4 different timelines, and she got away with it. And it's something that I've tried over time, and I've seen it come to play, and I feel it's something we should try too as well, because I know that it's not something that is being talked about a lot, but it's something that is underrated and does a whole lot for itself. So you can go ahead and try this. Now we're using this platform not because we want you to come here and be quiet and just listen to us. We want you to also speak. If you have tried this method before, you can raise your hand or react so that I know that yes, you have tried this before. If you're going to, let me start with that particular set. Have you tried up the Boolean search before, or this is your first time hearing about it? Raise your hand. Yeah, I think also Bob dropped a link so you can go ahead and read more about the Boolean search.
Oh yeah, no, that is for
Wow.
Google job. That's a Google Jobs search link. So you could test out some of all these examples that has been given there, and you basically see like the outcome of it, so that you know how it works in practical terms.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah.
To me then you saying just hearing about it, yeah. At least you have learned something new if you're just hearing about it. This should help you. I don't know who else is typing, but you can unmute your mic and speak if you have any questions about it. If you want to be sure about what next step you're going to take. I think someone unmuted. Who was that? Who is speaking? Don't be shy. Please, Efobe, are you going to try this? Okay. So Hassan, okay, Anita, I'm just hearing about this too. I'm just hearing about this for the first time. God's time. Yes, just learning about this week. So yeah, just learning about it for the first time. I hope this helps you in your job search. I hope you have learned something new from today's session. And I wish you all the best if you're job hunting, because I believe one of the reasons you joined here was to learn more about getting your landing your next role or getting your next gig. That's all from us. If you have any questions, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Ask your question. No question is wrong. No question is bad. We're all here to learn. So, Chris, are you going to try this? Lenny, Edwin, Hassan, me, Lawrence, Trinks, Anita, and God's time. Is this something you are willing to try? Or have you even tested it now while we're on the call?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. For the most of us to just copy the examples given there. Just try it on Google's job search platform and see what the results is like. Do a little bit of tweaking on it and explore so that you see what it is like. And it doesn't just stop on Google. You could try it on other platforms too. Most of the major tech companies have job search platforms just like this. Not just tech companies, some major banking companies like the big players in the industries too, like what do they call them? The West Fargos and JP Morgans and all of them. They have job search portals just like that, to where they put out all their openings around their various locations in different parts of the world. So using queries such as this, because these are basically queries, using queries such as this could help you, pinpoint specific jobs around your interests. So do well to start using it from today, probably after this call, so that you know what the experience is like. It's going to help you put out your CVs, your resumes out to many jobs at the same time. Okay, someone has a question. Amaka.
Okay. I have a question. Please, for you that have been in the tech industry, if you want to hire an intern, say a front-end developer, for example, what are the specific things that would make a candidate stand out? Bobby, let me ask Bobby to answer that question. Bobby is more into front engineering in code, so he should give us the requirement. I would work with whatever requirement Bobby gives me if I want to search for if front were in sorry, a front end intern.
Yeah, so the basic idea around that is first of all, the internship position is more about you learning than you offering. So applying, you shouldn't be thinking about what you give first. What you should show when you are going is your interest to be able to learn. But obviously, when you are applying for a role, you need to be sure that an internship role, you need to be sure that it's within the space or the parameters of what you yourself are into. You can't be like a front-end engineer and going to go and apply as a data analyst in for an internship role as a data analyst when you've not been on that learning path yet. So first of all, be sure that it is within your scope of learning. Then secondly, also you already being in using the same set of tools or stack that whatever company that you're applying to is using would be an added advantage to you. So say the company you're applying for is uses React, or they use Angular, or they use Vue, and that is already something that you work with. It's basically an added advantage, because if the company is trying to recruit an intern, they will be interested in knowing if you already have like an idea of what they are already doing there, so that they don't have to start grooming you from the very beginning. So that's basically like another advantage, being familiar or conversant with the stack that the business or the organization already works with. Then after that, most of these platforms or most of these organizations probably work with what do they call it now? Application letters, So you need to be able expressive in that application letter most of the time, to show that you are interested in learning, and you are enthusiastic. You need to be able to capture that enthusiasm in you when you are applying, when you are writing such letters. And that is if you need to apply using a cover letter. Most internship positions would want you to do that, because they understand that it's a learning phase for you, and they want to see your interest in wanting to learn. So be very should I say very compelling with your words when you want to write such letters. But aside that, put yourself out there, apply. Internship roles are more about learning than what you have to offer. So be ready to look for organizations that will be able to teach you and do well to apply. Don't There is no specific criteria to meet most of the time. It's mostly, are you into it? How much do you already know, and how much are you willing to learn on it? Are you willing to work while on it and all that? Those are the things you need to carry on with you.
Right. Thank you, Bobby. Yes. So I think that answers your question, God's time. So it's just the same thing. How open are you to learning? And I think that's one reason they would also ask you when you're applying for an internship to submit a cover letter. Because in your cover letter, just like Bobby said, they want to like see how happy you are. They want to capture the emotion, if it is something that you really want to do. I think most times about internship, it's more about the willingness for you to learn. Because even as an intern, you can be dropped. I think I've worked with interns, and I know that most times they are more interested in, oh, I want to intern, and then you let them come in to intern, even though they already know what they know and they sound like they really want to learn more. After the first 2 weeks, see there's a decline. Like it's more like, oh, the I want to learn ginger has left, and they're not in this phase. Like they are saying that there's more to what I thought it was, and I don't know how I'm going to cope with it. After a while, some interns might just vanish, or they will just tender in their registration. They come in with different excuses like, oh, I think we had a particular intern that came in. He was a very good writer. He sent out a couple of mails, and then he just went off the radar. Couldn't get to him for about, I think, a week or so. Started reaching out. Couldn't get to him on any of social media handles or his phone. Then out of the blues, when I dropped the message, if anyone knew him from the group where he was picked, and someone sent another number, and I reached out, and they were like, oh, that he's sorry. He didn't know that this was how it was going to be, that it's a lot. He has to protect his mental health. He just shut down on all platforms. And in my head, I was like, you're just starting work, you're running. Why are you going to, like, Bobby, can you just imagine? You worked for 2 weeks and then you ran away. That it's a whole lot more than you anticipated.
Yeah, so that's the thing. A lot of people would they don't usually have like that expectations of the work that goes into being in the, should I say, working environment. Or what you need to know is communication too in such environment is good. Shutting down is not usually the best idea. Even in your internship roles, they might assign tasks to you to do that maybe is kind of overwhelming. The best idea is not for you to run into like a rat hole and be lost in a loop. The best idea most times is to communicate it, because that is basically what is expected of you. It's different when you are fully staffed, even as a full staff self, and when you are given something that's difficult, it's usually best you talk about it. Talk more when you are in an
Yeah.
internship role. So you voice it, so that you could be assisted if there is any need for it. If no one can assist you, then the next probable thing that will be given to you is time for you to be able to catch up with things and do your best on it. So communication is very important. That's a soft skill that cuts across all forms of jobs, whether it is software based or hardware based or tech based or non-tech based. You should be able to communicate in any workspace you're in. And yeah, if not, you get overwhelmed easily. It's very easy to be overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think the session we had on Thursday, we talked about soft skills, and communication was part of it, because at the end of the day, for the industry we are in, the tech space, you have to know how to communicate, or you have to learn to communicate, because you might get trapped in a loop, and instead of you to communicate, you might just want to zoom out, which is not applicable. The best you have to do is ask your superior, or go to a community where you are active and drop a question, or talk to one or two persons to help you solve it. Because the minute you go mute, I think they are just compounding your problem, because it means you might not be able to leave that particular loop. And for every time you hit a roadblock, you just tend to disappear, which is not the best way to go. Because if you want to go far in the industry, you should learn to ask questions, you should learn to ask for help. Because in this particular industry, no one is an island of his own. Having a mentor or friend who is willing to help you learn and answer your questions, even if they themselves don't have an answer, is something that would come a long way for you. I think Edwin has already tried this, and he tried the Boolean search on Twitter. I think this is Twitter, and yes, he already has some results. At least to see what we're talking about. You already have, like, I think this is an unpaid internship position, so it's not left for you to want to apply and get this experience, or keep scrolling till you see what you're looking for. But at least you know everything you're seeing is just going to be about these positions, because now he's using and like I said earlier, and helps you narrow it down. Yeah. Okay. So I hope everyone has tried this or is trying this. Oluwatemilaye. Okay, thank you so much for the answer. You are welcome. So if you have no questions for us, I think we've come to the end of today's program. We always have these programs or talks where we talk about different things going on in the tech space, whether it's about jobs, it's about a particular tech skill. Please watch out for it. We have this event on Thursdays and Saturdays by 7 p.m. I think on Thursdays we have Level Up Thursday, where we talk about how to best tips to level up, what to learn, skills to pick up, get a mentor and the likes. Then for Saturdays we have Tech Talks, where we talk about job strategies and the likes, and a whole lot of things. If you have questions that are bothering you, or you think this is something we should talk about, please go ahead and drop it on either our Discord channel or on the WhatsApp group. We'll do well to fix it as one of the topics we have, and then we get to talk about it. The Better Copper community is to help you grow and not limit you. Also, I think earlier on I spoke about the CV survey fair coming up on the 21st of April. We're going to have a lot of recruiters on that call, and that would just be an opportunity for us to either give them your CVs based on what they are looking for, and have them reach out based on the different job skills they are looking for. I think it's something you don't want to miss out. We already have it up on the Luma platform. We'll send a formal mail probably by Monday. So you can go ahead and sign up. So that's being said, had a lovely evening. I think I got one message for someone here. Okay. Please, how do I join the WhatsApp group? So I'll go ahead to drop the link here. And I would see you next week, Wednesday. Sorry, next week, Thursday, not Wednesday. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much. Bobby, thank you for coming on the call. Like I said, I hope you learned a new thing. Bye. Have a lovely weekend. So I just dropped the
Bye.
link to the Better
Bye.
Tech community. Bye, guys.